I love nostalgia. Hey there guys, how are you? So Ready Player One was released last month. I never got a chance to talk about it, so I figured why not review this movie on my birthday. Happy birthday to me. And even though it's my birthday, I wanted to give you guys a gift. It's a Minger LED light kit. Yeah, there. Big thanks to them for sponsoring this video and giving you guys a free kit. And I'm gonna break down what this kit can do. I have it on both of my TVs. It makes movie watching at home so immersive. And I figured since this movie review is for Ready Player One and it takes place in virtual reality, how about we do the next best thing and we turn our bedrooms into virtual reality and really enter any movie that we watch. Don't get scared now. One of the best features with this kit is it comes with a camera that duplicates the colors happening on the screen and lights them up on the back wall to make your entire room feel like it's part of the scene. And that makes any room that you're watching a movie in an extension of the scene that you're watching. If you want more info or a closer look to this LED light kit, click the link down below in the description box to Amazon. So make sure you stick around until the end of the video where I install that light kit in my bedroom. It sounds weird, but it's a good time. Bring the popcorn, we're gonna watch a 1980s movie, and we'll test out what the kit can actually do. The film Ready Player One is based on the 2011 novel. When the creator of a virtual reality called the Oasis dies, he opens up a challenge in his virtual world to find hidden keys and to unlock his fortune. Ready Player One is essentially a video game movie with shit tons of nostalgia. Everyone in this futuristic dystopian is addicted to an MMO game where it uses real life currency, and it's a really interesting concept. And once again, the nostalgia factor is what this movie hinges on. And just thinking about it, it makes me want to grab my little DeLorean here and play with it. All right, I'm gonna put that right there. So like I was saying, characters in this film can utilize real monetary money to get advantages in this virtual reality. It's sort of like the loot boxes in Battlefront 2. This movie's sort of like Wreck-It Ralph meets Avatar, and I don't care what anyone says, I'm looking forward to James Cameron's Avatar sequels. All 28 of them. And when you're watching this movie, your eyeballs are bombarded with Easter eggs of nostalgia and past references to movies, and that's great and phenomenal, and it would probably take a few viewings to even really comprehend everything that this movie throws at you. But part of me, when I was watching this movie, couldn't help but think how difficult it would be to get all those different intellectual property rights to include all those things into one movie. And plus, this film was produced by Warner Brothers, who own the rights to a lot of different properties, and if you paid close attention throughout this movie, they utilized just about all of those properties, including Batman, Mortal Kombat, which they do own now because they bought New Line. And speaking of references to other movies, one of my favorite scenes in this film takes place at the Overlook Hotel from the movie The Shining, where the characters go there and it gets creepy and eerie, and it was one of the best scenes throughout the entire movie. I'm not gonna hurt ya, I'm just gonna bash your brains in. And I wanted more of that throughout this movie. I wanted the characters to go to another movie location and be stuck in that situation, almost like they're stuck in that movie. But I guess we did get King Kong chasing the DeLorean. That's bizarre, isn't it? Like, the two things I own back here, King Kong and the DeLorean, and they're in this movie. I love nostalgia. Alright, I guess I'll just hold these. And speaking of nostalgia, that's my biggest issue with this film. I love it, I like seeing the movie references, but if you were to remove the nostalgia element out of this movie, you wouldn't be left with much. Because throughout this film, everything fun and exciting hinges on nostalgia. It hinges on things that you've seen in other films. And don't get me wrong, I enjoyed seeing the DeLorean in action again, or King Kong. And those are great, but at the end of the day, I would rather go watch Back to the Future or King Kong. The point is, the plot of this film and the characters are very flimsy, and without the nostalgia in this film, you take that away, would this be a good movie? That's a question you have to ask yourself. But nostalgia is one hell of a drug, and whenever I see the Iron Giant in a movie, well, it makes me happy. So I'm very conflicted on this movie. And with that said, let's talk about some of the characters in this film. The main character is played by Ty Sheridan, who was Cyclops in the new X-Men movies. His character in this film is an everyday kid who has a shitty home life and lives in this shitty reality, and he wants to escape all of that in virtual reality, and he spends all day pretty much driving around in a DeLorean or picking up chicks and collecting coins and looking for these hidden keys. I don't blame him. I would probably do the same. Now let's talk about the cliched corporate villain antagonist of the film, played by Ben Middleston, who is the go-to bad guy nowadays in Hollywood. He was the villain in The Dark Knight Rises, Rogue One. He's even playing Sheriff of Nottingham in an upcoming Robin Hood movie. And in this movie, once again, he is the bad guy. He just wants money and power and blah, blah, blah. You don't really care. It would have been nice if his character had some kind of other motivation besides greed and power, and there was a story arc that would surprise us halfway through the movie, for example, but you just get cliched bad guy who has bad intentions because he's the bad guy. And also throughout the film, it cuts back and forth between virtual reality and reality. And some of the weakest points of the film take place when it's in reality. You find yourself bored and you just want to get back into having fun. And I guess that would be the point of the movie, to showcase the difference in the contrast. But also, I felt like the movie missed some opportunities because whenever it took place in reality, that was the time to build characters and get their motivation and really explain who they are. And I don't feel like the movie did that great of a job. And I really feel like that says something about this film. It doesn't have great characters to offer you or a great story. It simply has nostalgia. But with all that said, I'm going to contradict myself because the final climax action battle scene in this film, where the Iron Giant kicks some ass, I really enjoyed that. That gave me goosebumps down my arms, and that's what I wanted to see going into this movie. And I thought that was very well done. It was the best 20 minutes of the movie. I'm not gonna lie, it made me feel like a little kid again. Visually speaking, this movie's a lot of fun to look at. The effects are awesome and mind-blowing, and I can't wait to buy this movie on Blu-ray to simply look at the visuals with, this LED light kit behind them, because it enhances the movie watching experience as you eat popcorn. And it is nice to see Steven Spielberg back directing huge blockbuster films that remind me of my childhood. I'm going to give Ready Player One, a B-. That's a fair grade for a movie that I don't really have any urge to rewatch other than for the visual aspect of it one day. The story just didn't really do it for me, and neither did the characters. That's my take on Ready Player One. Now here's my question for you, and let me know down below, what did you think about the movie, or what is your favorite Steven Spielberg movie of all time? And now let's enter the Oasis together and hook these LED lights up where we can get immersed together and watch one of my favorite 1980s films of all time. So go grab your popcorn. I'll see you there. Welcome to my bedroom. Don't get scared now. It comes with everything you need: the LED strips, the camera, the power supply, and keep in mind you can download the free app to adjust all the settings. Okay, instructions, blah 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 blah. Best thing about this LED kit that separates it from other ones is it has a built-in camera that understands what light is emitting from the TV, and it emulates that for the back LEDs to make you truly feel like you're immersed into the movie. Now let's dive into the fun stuff. Here I am sticking on the LED strips to the back of the TV. They just stick right on there. You can buy them for every size TV with this kit. Now the cool thing is this actually has to calibrate. So what you do is you stick these red pieces of paper on your TV screen and it calibrates the camera, which was really interesting. Here's the app. It has a ton of different settings and features, and you can adjust every single thing right in this app. So with a movie like Back to the Future 2, which I'm watching right here, when you have those night scenes and it's dark and stormy, well, the LEDs make it look like there's lightning behind your TV. Once again, this app has a ton of different settings. It has a music mode, it has the movie mode, so it can adjust to the scene of the movie, and if you just want to pick one constant color, you can do that as well. And I'm going to switch it up just for a second, but I had to test out the sound mode with Mad Max Fury Road in one of my favorite scenes of all time. The app that comes with this kit also features a sound mode that interacts with any sound in a movie or just music. That way, if you want to have a techno party in your bedroom, you can do that. Alright, so that was a fun time, and as you guys can tell, I'm all about ambiance and lighting because it just really immerses you into movies, and that's what I'm looking for. I just want to be immersed and escape reality when I watch my favorite movies, and I want you guys to share the same experience. So if you guys want a chance to win this LED light kit, just like the one I hooked up, all you have to do is comment on this video and give the video a thumbs up and tell me which movie you want to watch with this light kit down below in the comments section. And once again, if you want a closer look at these lights and everything that they can do, you can check them out on Amazon. I'll put the link down below in the description box. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe. That way, I can see you next time.